Good morning. I am Veena from CSE department. Today's topic is OSI layer. First, we are going to see about what is OSI. OSI means that Open System Interconnected Model. It is developed in the year 1974 by the International Organizations for Standardizations. In this OSI layer, it consists of 7 layers. Each layer has a different but specific processing functions are same. The 7 OSI layers are physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer and application layer. It have a 2 approaches. One is a bottom up approach, next second one is top down approach. Basically we are using the bottom to top approaches. The first layer is the physical layer and second one is a data link and it will move to network layer. After the transport layer, session layer, presentation and the top layer is the application layer. So in this, the upper layer or software layer is applicable for 3 layers, which is application, presentation and session. The transport layer is a heart of the OSI layer. It is a main layer which will be applicable for both upper layer and lower layer. In this, first we are going to see about the application layer. It provides the networking services to the user. The main part of the application layer is a desktop layer. What we have to do in a desktop process, it will be all access in the application layer. It is used to converting the text format or data format into the messages. We have a identification of services is done using the port number. The main action will be taken through port number. Ports are entry and exit point to the layer. We have a total number of ports which is 0 to 65535. Reserve port calculation is 0 to 1023 and open client port is 1024 to 65535. The main range of the port number is a 0 to 65535. In application layer, all the actions will be done in the Internet Explorer which is using of various port numbers. It is the example, best example for the application layer is this page. We have so many applications, that is business, desktops, developer, MIC and services. For example, we are using the Java programming. We have to install the Java in your system. The main application of a Java is JDK file. It will be stored in our desktop process. The various examples of networking services are HTTP, FTP, SMTP, Telnet and TFTP. We have a various types of protocols which is used in the application layer. One is hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, Telnet and trivial file transfer protocol. So next layer is a presentation layer. It is responsible for converting a data into standard format. The presentation layer mainly uses the TCP and UDP. So TCP means transmission control protocol, UDP means user datagram protocol. It is used for converting the data into the standard format. It will be in a standard format, that is for example ASCII, JPEG, MP3, BMP. These are the formats for the presentation layer. In this task or in presentation layer, there are various performance of presentation or encoding, encryption, compression and decoding, decryption and decompression. We are sending the data from one node to another node. The system will be encode the data and encrypt the data to after converting the data into the decryption process as a main process. We have to compress the data. While sending the data, we have to compress the file and it will be sent to the receiver through original file. In both of the applications or both of the layer, that is application layer and presentation layer, it will be stored a node as a data format. So next layer is a session layer. It is responsible for establishing, maintaining and terminating sessions. It will be moved in a session format. Session ID works at the session layer. If we have a 5 number of systems, it will be passes through the network through sessions. The best example for the session layer is RPC. The main RPC is to proceed the call for remoting the sensor, remoting the process. And second one is SQL, that is structured query language. Third one is NFS, network file system. These are all well known in that. So next layer is a transport layer. So before going to enter into the transport layer, we have a 7 layers. In that 7 layer will be converted into the 4 layer. So physical and data link is combined to host to network. So network layer is a second layer, transport layer is a third layer, and we convert application layer, presentation layer, session layer is a application layer. In 7 layers we are converting into the 4 layers. Next, transport layer is responsible for end-to-end connectivity. It is also known as the heart of our OSI layer, as I told already. Following tasks are performed in the transport layer is you are identifying the services, you are demultiplexing and multiplexing, you are finding the segmentations, you are finding error correction, flow control, sequencing and reassembling. So mainly the transport layer will be focused on TCP and UDP. So the difference between the TCP and UDP is transmission control protocol. It is connection oriented protocol. It will be acknowledges the data which is moved from sender to receiver. It is reliable and it is slower. It processes the slower process. The port number of the TCP is 6. The best example is a TCP is HTTP, FTP and SMTP. So next move on to UDP. It is a user datagram protocol. It is connectionless protocol. There is no acknowledgement which is coming from the sender and receiver. It is unreliable. The process of UDP is faster. The port number is 17. The best example for the UDP is domain name server, DHCP and trivial file transfer protocol. So next layer is a network layer. Basically the network layer will be accessing the internet. So first, network layer is responsible for providing best path for data to reach the destination. It mainly focuses on logical addressing and router or internet. It works on this layer. The router is a network layer device. It is divided into two parts. One is router protocol, another one is routing protocol. So in router protocol, the best example is IP. Routing protocol example is RIP, OSPF, IGRP. So up to the network layer, we have to transfer the data from network layer to application layer. It will be moved in a step-by-step process or step-by-step layer. While transferring the data from network layer to transport layer, it will be moved through the packet format. And transport to session layer, it will be moved through the segment format. After the session format, it will be moved through the data format.